I started this channel in August of 2022. Initially, I just wanted a portal where I can share movie clips I compiled and edited. To me, it was so much fun editing movie scenes together. Somehow the act of putting random clips together, watching and rewatching the playback, adding some new music, and learning that people watch these videos give my interest and love for movies new meaning. So, for content that goes beyond editing and compiling movie clips, it makes sense to dive into a rabbit hole that is Alice in Wonderland. After all, in a way, this movie brought me here. This is one of the first movies that I have seen in a theater all the way back in 2010. The younger me was captivated by the visuals, the big screen, loudspeakers, laughters, and cheers, or by the overwhelming and sometimes bizarre experience of Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland is a successful movie. It grossed over $1 billion at the worldwide box office, making it the second highest grossing movie of 2010.
The Oscar goes to Colleen Atwood, Alice in Wonderland.
It also won 2 Academy Awards for its art direction and costume design. This success kickstarted Disney's effort to reimagine their animated classics from Cinderella in 2015, The Lion King in 2019, to Pinocchio in 2022, among others. But what makes Alice in Wonderland different is that it tried to tell a different story by capturing the essence of the times the source material was written and retelling it from the point of view of an adult Alice.
I think I need a moment.
As the late critic Roger Ebert said, Tim Burton's new 3D version of Alice in Wonderland answers my childish questions. This has never been a children's story. There's even a little sadism embedded in Carroll's fantasy. It reminds me of uncles who tickle their nieces until they scream. Alice plays better as an adult hallucination. 13 years after the events of Alice's first adventures, she returns to Wonderland. Almost everyone who knows Alice was at first skeptical about whether she was the right Alice.
Because she's the wrong Alice.
Even Alice herself agrees that she is not the right Alice.
Is she the right Alice?
She is back in Wonderland to kill the Jabberwocky as prophesied in the Oraculum. Essentially, this ends the tyrannical rule of the Red Queen.
Someone has stolen three of my toys!
With so many doubts in her head, self-doubt particularly, will she kill a monster and end the tyranny? The death of her father, in addition to the surprise proposal of Hamish, led Alice to go back to her sanctuary, the Wonderland, which she called Wonderland when she first visited this place. These recent events in her life confused Alice. She clearly doesn't know what to do or how to feel. In essence, she needs the courage to reject the unwanted proposal and somehow take control. Alice is a woman with big dreams. She wants to see the real and wonderful but bizarre world with diverse creatures. After all, she has an explorer for a father.
Bonkers off your head. But I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are.
The challenge is the time she lives in, the Victorian age. It is a time when women had no right to vote and would lose the right to own property upon marriage. Women's primary role was to be a good wife and mother, a role which seems unfit for a 19-year-old Alice to fulfill.
What an odd thing to say.
Alice's new adventures in Wonderland or Wonderland is the clear statement that she has dreams to fulfill, that she is more than society's expectations of her, that she is capable of much more than the gender roles or unjust limitations set by the conventions of the time and place she lives in. Her new dreams in Wonderland show that she has grown up and she has this urge to face a new world. But she is aware that for her to do this, she has to slay a dragon and end the tyranny from within. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland is published in 1865 and is written by Lewis Carroll. It is a children's novel and is credited for starting a trend in children's literature where words and stories entertain primarily instead of teaching life lessons. The story of Alice is a pioneer, and this is perhaps one of the reasons why it remains loved and read up to this day. It continues to spark insights and inspiration. In the same manner, Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland is designed to entertain, from its costume, to art direction, to writing, to character design, up to the Jabberwocky scene. Given the movie's success, somehow it worked. Alice in Wonderland is essentially about making dreams a reality. It is about finding the courage to fulfill dreams and looking for that courage from within. In the end, this is her adventures in Wonderland, and this gives her the courage to take control of her life, to choose her path, and not let her journey be determined by social conventions. So when she wakes up from her dreams, she decides. She did not accept the engagement, and most importantly, she joined a trading ship, a bold statement that shows us that she has finally become the captain of her own life.